Hi everyone, welcome back to Alex Saberia's YouTube channel. My name is Emily and in today's video I will be sharing two cards featuring some products from Alex, and I will be starting off by using this combo set. It's a stamp, coordinating dies and a stencil that pairs perfectly with this large image, and it's called Grateful for You, and it's just beautiful. You can see it here on screen. I will stamp it a couple of times until I have a perfect impression, and I'm using Memento ink, which is my favorite black ink. It is ready to go at once. You don't have to heat set it for use it with alcohol markers or so I really like that ink. And for today's blending, you can see I'm using this stencil, and it's just one stencil, and you have to sort of mask off the parts you don't want to be if you have parts that you don't want to be inked, you have to mask them off. And you can see here that I am going in with some large blending brushes from Picket Fence, and I'm just keeping the center really heavy and then lighter towards the edges. So this is my first technique what I am doing, and these two will be pretty much the same. Here I'm doing a second technique where I am going in with two colors at the same flower. So I'm having the red and sort of a orangey yellow color towards the down part of this flower, so they will be two colors. Now I'm going back into the first card sort of bouquet here, and you can see I can do a couple of them at the same time, and here I'm just having one color to each of the flowers. And if you do this carefully, you can actually ink them up at the same time. I just want to mention that you have to be a little bit careful because you could potentially contaminate the flower next to it. And then when I'm happy with the flowers, I will go in with the leaves. So I'm just using a green for my leaves for my first one, heavier towards the center and lighter towards the edge of my panels. Doing the same thing to the other one. So you can see here I'm just going in with that. This goes really fast. You don't have to think too much when you're coloring with stencils. I just love that. And then we will go in and do our second panel. You can see I left the flowers here. I will go back and do them in a second. For this one I didn't do green. I did teal blue, pretty dark color, just to give that dramatic effect. And I can keep going here around my image, and then I will clean my stencil, and then I will continue with the flowers. So for these ones they will also be two colored tones, so we will have a purple and a pink one. And when I'm happy with it, I'm just drying it with my cloth here, and then I can do the next flower. And you can see I'm doing this very carefully. I'm having a yellow, and then I will go in with another color next to it. I believe it was orange, and then I will have yellow and then some green. So you can see how cute that is. I will do the exact same thing for my second flowers here. These will be exactly the same. So I'm going really fast, having one orange and then one blue-green down there. Or this one I actually did purple or pink maybe. I don't know. I'm going really fast here. And then I did purple and pink. Yeah. And then I dry embossed this beautiful background cover plate. You can see I have one that isn't dry embossed and one that is. You can see how much more texture this gives. And when I'm doing this, I'm just showing you I have my rubber mat, my plate, and the red setting for the C6 machines, the Big Shot. But you have to look at your instructions for how to dry emboss with your machine. But I really want to mention that this gives the cards some beautiful dimension. It's really beautiful. And then we will have our clusters here with all of the flowers. And then I will actually cut away. Always so sad when you cut into the card, but it really makes that card stand out in the end. I have gel pen here. This is a gold one for my centers, and then I have a white one for bringing some texture and life to my images. And you can see I have a die cut bloom there with vellum and some matte gold cardstock from Altenew. It's my favorite. I will have that with some dimension in the middle of this card in a second. So I have already cut it and it's all ready to go. And yeah, I also stamped another sentiment from the same stamp set, and I like to stamp them a couple of times just to have some in case I mess up on one of them or so. And I use some white embossing powder from Hero Arts, and then I will heat set that. And I will work a little bit more with our second card. You can see the other panel that I didn't dry emboss, I actually covered with some blue splatters. And now I will cover up. This could seem like a waste of time to color all of this and then just cover it up with a second piece. But the idea is that you can give this sort of dimensional piece, and I will have one more that is just white with some more dimension between. And this will really make this huge embellishment for this card. I don't know if you can see how filled this is. You could actually have like taken the time to color in the last one as well to give it even more of a wow effect. But you can actually see through when you have the card in your hands that little bit of color towards the edge, and I think that is just beautiful. So I wanted to point that out. And this is a really thick embellishment, so you have to be careful when you're mailing it, or maybe personally deliver this one. So you can see our two cards. I just finished them with some sequins. This is just some clear sequins that I had in my stash. I hope you enjoyed this video and got inspired. I will now leave you with some close-up of the project, and until next time, have a great day. Bye!